deep questions. We figured you're ready.
Okay. You guys ready?
What was your favorite Christmas gift?
Favorite Christmas gift was growing up or this week? A scarf. My wife got me a scarf. Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I got one now.
What were your kids' favorite Christmas gift?
Are we still? Can we say Nintendo? Oh, we got, Xbox and stuff. Oh, we had Nintendo DDS. They in the hoverboard. They love that. I didn't know we could say Nintendo. I was just going to make sure.
2 Pumps Only is a new shirt.
2 Pumps Only? Yeah, it's a new one. Doing good online right now.
Mike Cliff said when you guys first started playing together, there was a game in Atlanta where he said he wanted to take a swing on you. What did you say that kind of annoyed him so much, and what do you remember about that game?
I don't know what I said to him. I'm pretty sure it was something vulgar or something like that. I don't know what I said to him, but he was mad for a little bit, but he got over it, Because I told him, I said, I guess our wives can't be friends anymore. Then he bust out laughing, so we eased it after that. But I think two different people, two different personalities, and like once we got the understanding of how we were and how we grew up, we started bonding really well after that.
When was that? When did you really connect during that first year?
I think it was after the Atlanta game. Every once in a while you gotta get in the fight to just fall in love. You know what I mean?
Mike, after last week and kind of the way that the game ended there, what would you guys like to do in this next game against San Francisco just to finish off the regular season?
Just win. I mean, I think ultimately everybody wants to just win, and it doesn't matter how we do it. Just want to get that W and solidify our place in the playoffs, wherever it be. But overall, we just want to win the game. I think you go into the game every week just to win, and when you don't win, I think a lot of the things people just start talking about why we lost, and you don't get to grow from that. You try to grow from that, but just losses are never good for the organization because it makes the fans panic. Obviously, it makes the media panic, and it's just one of those things.
Do you have any more clarity on the rules as far as the sack celebration and what?
No, I don't have any clarity. I just know that they take a lot of money from me, so my wife told me to stop dancing, so I'm done with that for a little bit.
And the new one is?
Which one?
The new celebration, what is it?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It just has to be spontaneous.
There have been a couple of young guys. Obviously, Frank had a big opportunity while you were out for those weeks to get more playing time. And then Jaron Reed, as a rookie, has been in that rotation right away. How would you, assess the young guys on the line?
I think the young guys are doing really well. I think defensive line and offensive line are two of the hardest positions in the NFL, and I think our young guys are doing very well. I think Jay Reeves came in and he's learned from Ataba Rubin and learned from Tony McDaniels of using all their experience and their way of playing the game, and he's learned so much from them. And he's doing a very good job of taking on the double teams, keeping Bobby free. And I think Frank has just done a spectacular job. Frank is an explosive player, once-in-a-lifetime type of guy who can do so many great things, whether it's inside, outside. He's so powerful, and he's done a great job for the organization. I think he's going to be one of the best players in the NFL, and he's doing such a good job now.
We're starting to see some coaching turnover already around the league. You've played for different guys. What do you think the qualities are that owners should be looking for that really make up a guy who can have success in the NFL?
I think a successful coach is a coach that can understand the players. There's a lot of coaches out there that are stuck in their ways, and they can't really, get in on the players or understand the players or make them follow what they're doing. I think a guy who has great leadership is always at the top of the list, and a guy I like guys who's played a position or play in the NFL, but I like guys because they understand what guys go through, and I think a coach that can obviously you need a good quarterback to win in the NFL. No matter what team you're on, how good of a coach you are, if you don't have a quarterback, you really don't have a chance. And you've seen that a lot of teams that coaches that lost their job they didn't really have good quarterbacks, and I think that's something you got to look for in a coach. And I think really as a good coach is really just about your situation. You look at Dan Quinn, he had an opportunity to go to 2 or 3 teams the year before after we won the Super Bowl, but he waited to the right team that had all the right weapons, and it turned out well for him.
What have you seen from Kaepernick this year, and is he any different from when you guys faced him last season?
I've seen a lot of kneeling. That's joking. No, Cap has always been a really good quarterback. He's very explosive. You see him running the ball. He's he can do so many things. And I think the way he runs is very awkward, but he runs really fast, and a lot of guys can't catch him. I mean, he runs with no technique, but he's running so fast, and he's done a great job of the option, doing a good job getting the passing game going. I think he's been probably their best offensive player so far when they got an opportunity when he started playing. I think him not playing at the beginning kind of slowed the team down a little bit because he's been the starting quarterback for years, and all of a sudden it became a controversy, and then that usually takes a little while to get back. But I think he's done a great job of filling in right now.
That rivalry was.
Pete mentioned last week that you guys had a team meeting on Wednesday. What was your takeaway from that?
Takeaway was we just got to win the game. I think it was there were some mistakes that we made and some things that we got to do better as a team. But even when you win, there's mistakes that can that you need to do better. But they always get they don't get taken a look at it because you win. And when you don't win, everything's under the microscope. So we had the chance to go back and look at some of the mistakes that we made and want to come back out and fix them. And that's what we're focusing on right now is fixing the mistakes that we made and playing our game.
The rivalry with San Francisco a few years ago was so heated and so well contested. Do you guys, as players, ever miss that when it's just kind of the teams go in different directions or something like that?
I think as you do miss that. I think that game was built around the same type of team, a running quarterback and great defense, and that was just a fun game to play in because you had to match the intensity of the other team, and they're trying to turn their organization around, but at the same time you can't let what's going on that team get in your way of what you're trying to do. But obviously you miss those rivalries because all those players are out the league right now. You think about the Justin Smith, Alden Smith, Navarro Bowman, he's hurt. You think about P. Willis, Ray McDonald, he got in trouble, but he's still a great player. But they had so many great players on that team, and it was just one of those games where it was just it was the same team playing against each other, so the intensity was outstanding.
You talk about when you lose, everybody panics and things like that. Do you still feel like this team is as capable as the teams the last few years?
Yeah, I always feel capable. I think the media, they always look for a flaw in what happened the week before, and then when you lose, everybody writes about the flaws and the things that, what they can't do, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. But ultimately, when you play in this game, it's like you have to go out and have to have that attitude that you want to win no matter what. And when you lose, you can't look at what people are writing. You just got to believe in your teammates and believe in the organization and believe in the coaches. And I think everybody in this organization believes that we can win the Super Bowl and believes that we can win the playoffs games. And that's all that really matters. It doesn't really matter about everything else.
Michael, how much value do you put in getting a bye the first round of the playoffs?
I think a bye is always cool because you can always take a little bit of work off the body, but at the same time, you got you got to do with the cards that you dealt with. If you dealt with a game to play in the first week, you have to go out there and win that game. And you can't really make any excuses. I think sometimes teams and everybody's looking at what they should be at instead of looking at the moment and living in that now. And if the now is that we plan on Saturday, then that's what it is. And you have to go out there and play and be ready to win the game. There's a lot of teams that were wild card teams, and end up winning the Super Bowl. The Giants, the Green Bay Packers. And, you get whenever opportunity you get on Sunday, it doesn't matter if you're home or away, you get an opportunity to win, and that's what you have to do.
You've talked about certain athletes endorsing fast food and maybe stuff that's not a good example for kids. How have your eating habits and focus on nutrition changed maybe since you first got into the league to now?
I think it's changed a lot. I think it's one of those things when you learn about how to improve your body. And, I got a chance to be around some of the greatest players, Rondé Barber and guys like that, and see how they eat and see how they take care of their body. It just makes it prolongs your career and it does something great for you. And you try to teach that with young guys. I think I try to do it within the community, especially, my community, the minority community, and talk about eating and healthy and the things that you can do with your diet, the things you can grow. And that's my focus. I think it's a big part of life. I think food is one of the greatest things of being a human being, but the right food is the most important thing.
What are some things that you've cut out that you would otherwise eat?
Soda, of course. Can I say Coca-Cola? Fast food, I just can't say the name right. Fast food, you got to be careful because, the organization is backed by some of the biggest people. Fast food, stuff like that. I don't eat as much dessert as I used to, just, focusing on the kales and the green, try to eat as much green as I can.
Who were some of those other players aside from Rondé Barber?
People don't like Albert Hainsworth, but he was a really good guy. Talking about diet, even though he was super big, but he ate healthy. He was huge though. But Derek Brooks, all those guys like that.
How many of your meals do you eat here, and how much do you eat at home?
Not really. I don't really eat at work, but I bring my own food. So that's about it. Anything else? Okay, cool.